So good morning everyone. So this is our second class. So today we are going to start the subject, right? So I hope so you are having a syllabus with you. So the first unit is ethics and human interface. Okay, this was the first unit which we have to discuss today. There's some of the topics, few topics, ethics and human interface. So first is good morning. So first let us start with ethics. Already we have defined ethics yesterday, so it's just a general definition. Today we will elaborately discuss about ethics. Before that, I need to ask a question. What is the meaning of ethics and human interface? Anyone? It's the meaning of ethics and human interface. Yes, good morning everyone. Yes, they were there.
In terms of human interactions or any kind of transactions between humans.
So the communication, it's the general meaning of interface. But when you are considering human interface in ethics, the definition, the forthcoming definition will explain you that. That is, we are assessing the human behavior. That whether the human is acting right or wrong. Okay, based on the actions, based on the principles, based on the moral principles, we are going to assess a human behavior, the human conduct. That is called human interface. Okay, based on some moral principles. That is, already I told, ethics is nothing but a set of principles, right? So based on some set of principles, we are going to access a human's behavior. Here there is a connection, human's behavior. That is called ethics and human interface. So this will come as a definition. Will come as a definition.
Is ethics like broader and we are taking one part of it that's human behavior? Otherwise, ethics is all concerned about humans.
Yeah, ethics is not only concerned about humans. It is concerned. That is why I am saying now when we are going to dimensions of ethics, we will see the various categories of ethics. Right, not only the humans, how we are acting towards the environment. It is linked with the human, but it's also linked with the other elements. Okay. So if we come, but we can't have ethics for animals alone, right? Always a human is there linked to it, but when you are saying that is connected with human, but when we are taking ethics and human interface, particularly we are saying that we are going to assess a human behavior. Right, towards the environment, towards an animal, towards everything. That will come as bioethics, environment ethics, and various phases of ethics. If you take, this is the first unit. Under this we have, under this we have several topics. So when you take a syllabus, you can find that. In that, general introduction is the first one, introducing the concepts of ethics, because this is the most important one which you have to face, the concepts like ethical relativism, ethical universalism, absolutism. These are the concepts which we will discuss. First we will have to define what is ethics. Then essence, determinants and consequence of ethics in human actions, that is nothing but what we call as human interface, that is connecting a human with ethics, interlinking humans with ethics. We are going to assess a human behavior or human action based on some moral principles, right? So this is the first topic which we will discuss elaborately. Just I am giving a synopsis for you. So you can have your syllabus with you and then listen to me. Then if you come to the next topic is dimensions of ethics. Dimensions of ethics. Under this there are 4 dimensions, right? 4 dimensions like this. One is descriptive, right? Another is prescriptive. This I will discuss elaborately, no need to note here. So I am giving a synopsis. So whenever we are starting a unit, I will be giving what we are going to discuss. Then meta ethics, then applied ethics. So this is the various dimensions of ethics. And yesterday also we were discussing a question called as environmental ethics. Do you remember? So that environmental ethics is coming under applied ethics. Applied ethics is nothing but the contemporary ethical issues. We are applying the moral principles to the contemporary ethical issues we are facing in everyday life. In that, we can say there is bioethics, then environmental ethics, business ethics, robo ethics, machine ethics, like this it goes on, keeps on. Business ethics is there. So in descriptive, prescriptive, meta, if you see this, descriptive is nothing but, I already told, ethics is very vast, not like values. Value systems is nothing, it belongs to a particular individual. But ethics is going to describe about the moral principles of society, okay, which is prevailing in a particular society, the moral principles which is there in the particular region, in the country, everything clubbed together. That is comparatively we are going to study the ethical principles of various philosophers, the moral thinkers who belongs to India, also who belongs to the Latin countries. So this is descriptive. Prescriptive is nothing but what we call as prescription. When we go to doctor, he will prescribe some medicine for us. So that is prescriptions. So prescriptive ethics is going to say how you have to live. It's a common ethical, we are going to club every principles which was framed by various philosophers and thinkers, and we are going to bring it into some commandments, some principles. We are going to have some 15, 20 principles which we should follow in order to lead a regulated life. So that is prescriptive ethics. Under this we will be studying 3-4 headings, because that is one which we are going to apply in our case studies. The prescriptive ethics is the one which we are going to apply in our case studies. Should I go a little bit slow? I hope so, they are not following us. Prescriptive ethics, so dimensions is divided into descriptive, prescriptive, meta and applied. Descriptive is nothing but it is going to compare the various ethical principles which is prevailing in various parts of India. As we know, India is famous for its diversity. Similar way, the ethical principles which is prevailing in one custom, one culture to the other culture is also varying. That is descriptive. Prescriptive is nothing but we are going to prescribe some principles common to everyone. Okay, we have to follow. Either you may belong to a tribal community, either you may belong to a southern region, either you may belong to a northern region, either you may belong to northeastern region, that doesn't matter, but these are the principles which you have to follow in order to live a well regulated life. That is called prescriptive ethics. And if you see, under prescriptive we will be again seeing 2-3 headings which we are going to apply in our case studies, like utilitarianism principle, all these we will see later. Utilitarianism, then deontological ethics, that is utilitarianism is otherwise called as teleological ethics or consequential ethics, like this it goes on. Then come to meta ethics. Meta ethics is nothing but here we are going to put up various ethical theories. Like if I am saying value, then you may ask me what is values. So all those ethical terms are clubbed together and is called as a meta ethics. The definition of ethical terms is called as meta ethics. So this is also a basic foundational ethics in order to understand the prescriptive ethics. Now applied ethics already I told that we are going to apply the moral principles in the everyday ethical issues we are facing in everyday life, right? So these are called as dimensions of ethics, and apart from that you also have human values, lessons learned from various philosophers from India and world. That is one of your topic. In that there are some selective personalities which you have to go through, like Socrates, okay, and in India also Gandhiji, so has given some ethical lessons for us. Buddhism has taught some the religious principles also, Buddhism, Jainism, what they have given. All these things will come under this topic. We will club into this. So for that, human values, you have to know about values. So we will also define about human values. Anybody who know about what is value?
Values are something that we value.
We value, yeah. One thing. In our lives. But in ethics, if you say same, values are nothing but it belongs to each and everyone. Like she may have some set of values, you may have some set of values, like the principles which you are valuing, that is called as human values, that you are giving priority in your life, right? First for her, let us take honesty is the first principle which she values much. For you, friendship is the first principle which you want to value more than a honesty. Like this, it varies from person to person, but ethics is common for everyone, right? This is human values. And if you are taking human values, under this we will be also studying what are the value system which various philosophers and the thinkers around the world has given us, prescribed for us, okay. We will be comparatively studying that, and which one is the best we are going to opt it in our case studies, and when and where necessary we will use those and quote it. We have to give quotation where this Gandhiji has said this, Dayanand Saraswati has said this, Swamiji has said so and so. Like this we will be quoting here and there. Then next one is the role of society, educational institutions in inculcating, then family in inculcating value systems to children. How we are going to learn this value system? From our society. Some value systems, like it is they say it is inborn. That is why there is always an argument between the philosophers. They say some value systems, like they say, like father, like her mother, she is always kind to everyone. So these are the value systems which is there since we are born, because it is in our genes, imprinted in our genes. There is an argument. They say how come values can be imprinted in genes? They say yes, it can be. There are some values like love that can be imprinted. So these children, when they are born to the parents who are giving love to everyone, they don't want to hurt anyone. There are some parents, they don't even harm others through their words. These children also follow the steps of their parents, same. And when they are there growing up in the family, they used to watch the parents, okay, how they treat others. The children also learn from them, like a parrot, like a sponge. They are trying to observe everything from the parents, and same way when they go to educational institution after 4 years of age, nowadays 4 years, nowadays even 2 years they are sending. So once they go there, they make friends through society. They are learning some value systems. Okay, my friend is like this, he is having a very neat and clean habit, so let me also have it. It looks very good, so people like it, I will also. Same way when they go to the society and when they get exposure to it. Same way when they are interacting with the teacher. There might be a lot of inspiration they take from a teacher. At the age of 13 to 20, they used to learn from the teachers a lot, one who teaches. So they are the role models. From the role models they try to learn something. So these are the topics which we will be seeing under ethics and human interface, right? So this is our first unit. Now we will start with the definition of ethics. How we are going to define ethics? For this, let me discuss a case study. Like case, a simple case is not a case study. We will discuss a simple case. So as you know, we will speak about good. They are also defining and following us. Yes, good. So now we are going to speak about abortion, right? In India, the secular public discussion, if you are taking about, when we are going to discuss about abortion, most probably the abortion is always seen in the angle of sex selective abortions. You see, whenever you are speaking about abortions, the first term which comes in our mind is sex selective abortion. No? Mainly people are doing abortions in order to avoid female children. That you will be learning in your society part. So in your governance part also, a lot of schemes has been introduced in order to avoid these types of abortions. So first we are talking only related to sex selective abortions. Second thing we are speaking in related to maternal health, because the adolescent age girls are undergoing abortions. Third, we are leaving one important angle through which abortion has to be discussed, that is repeatedly induced abortions. What is the meaning of this? See, I am going, this is not our business, don't think this is not our business. So whenever you are giving your answers, you have to know, suppose some issue is happening, you have to know the 360-degree angle coverage of that issue with the negative and the positive consequences, and what are the side effects of undergoing these issues. Everything you have to cover, not only in ethics, in each and every subject. This has to be your way of handling particular topic. Okay, so when you are writing in ethics also, you will understand, when you are writing a case study, you have to know what are the bodies connected with this. When some issue is happening, what are the bodies where you can go and complain, how you can handle this matter, because you are going to be a district collector. In your district there will be a lot of sex selective abortions and you have to rectify that problem. So how will you rectify? You have to know the bodies which is helpful to rectify this particular issue, where you can go and complain. Either you can directly take action, or is there any body, all this you have to know. Okay, and what is the power of a district collector, that also you have to know. So first issue, so he is joining us newly, let me do, so I have given a synopsis of first unit and now I am starting with definition for ethics. Okay, I am discussing about an issue and then I am going to define ethics. In that first issue I have taken is abortion. So abortion is always talked in the angle of sex selective abortions and the maternal health only. The third one is repeatedly induced abortions. Repeatedly induced abortions. What is the meaning of this?
Is it about the family pressure?
One, you are saying the causes, reason for repeatedly induced abortion. So what is repeatedly induced abortion?
It is not voluntarily, in the sense the mother doesn't want to undergo, but then it is some kind of familial pressure or pressure from the husband or some relatives.
So she is saying the reasons for undergoing repeatedly induced abortion. But repeatedly induced abortion is nothing but women is taken there, she is doing 6 months, 7 months, she is doing abortions completely, continuously, a cycle is going on, because even in married life she is not aware of using contraceptions, or she is under pressure to not use the contraceptive devices. And another one thing is the adolescent girls who doesn't know the meaning, okay, who doesn't know the meaning of child, anything, she is unaware, she is ignorant. Those types of girls has been exploited by their own family members and she was undergoing repeatedly induced abortion. So this is another one social issue which is happening in India. If you are taking abortion, then you have to speak in all the angle, what a woman is facing in this society. So whatever we can put it, so the abortion is, now I am going to put a question in front of you, is abortion legal in India?
Yes, ma'am, it is legal.
How? We'll write here, they will also see. So think over this. Now we will go to the case. I told I am going to discuss about a case. Niketa Mehta. This is the name of a lady who has filed a complaint in Mumbai High Court. Niketa Mehta case. When you take and when you are surfing in the internet, you can find her, Niketa Mehta. She is a well-learned, well-educated woman, okay, she is very bold, she is ready to make her own decision with a very supportive husband, with a very supportive family background. Now she is undergoing her pregnancy period, and during the 23rd week of her pregnancy, she wants to abort her child. She filed a complaint on in Mumbai High Court that I want to abort my child. This was her complaint, this was her appeal. Why? The reason is that she was informed that the child, if she is carrying, might lead to miscarriage, might lead to miscarriage, or otherwise born with some abnormalities. Okay. Now she don't want to carry her child forward. Either the child might die or it may born with severe abnormalities. So now this is the case of Niketa Mehta. She filed a complaint in Mumbai High Court, right? Now I am asking the question to you, is abortion legal in India? She is saying it is legal. How can you say it is legal?
Until, I don't know, I remember exactly the weeks, but then I think it is some 3 weeks, around 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay, that's not a problem.
Till that time it is legal.
Okay. How we are saying a certain action is legal in India?
There is no penalty as such, as laid down in the legislations.
Okay.
And it is allowed by the law.
Allowed by the law. So what is the law which is making abortion legal in India? These are the backings you have to know for ethics also. Okay. Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act. When you are writing your answers, you have to give like this. Pregnancy Act 1971, I hope so. Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971, MRTP. We are calling in short form as MRTP. MRTP Act. This act is giving a legal backing that abortion is not illegal. Okay, so don't confuse hereafter if somebody is asking, abortion is not illegal in India. Then why they are doing all illegal abortions? Because the people are unaware. The girls are unaware. The matured girls. What is the maturity age in India when a girl is allowed to marry? So 18. Still for it has not been changed. So 18. Once a girl attained the age of 18, she has every right to go and ask a medical practitioner to terminate the pregnancy, and he has no authority to question her why you want to, if so. There are some conditions under this act. You can't say in every conditions. So there are some condition where a pregnancy can be terminated till 20 weeks. Okay. The child can be terminated till 20 weeks. There are 4 conditions. 1, you can note it because this we are not going to dictate. First condition, if it is going to pose serious threat to mother's health. Okay, if it is going to pose serious threat to mother's health. That woman, the one who is carrying the child, her health, if it at risk, then serious risk. Second, if the fetus is the child is going to born with abnormalities, with severe, write the word severe in both the cases, severe abnormalities, right, severe abnormalities. This is second condition. Fetus. Third condition. So first, it should pose serious risk to mother's health. Second, child, if it is going to born with severe abnormalities, right? Abnormalities. Third, failure of contraception. Failure of contraceptions. Contraceptive devices, na? Failure of contraceptive devices, but this condition is applicable only in the case of married women. And fourth, in case of sexual assault. Case of sexual assault or rape. Right? So these are the 4 conditions. Under this 4 condition, pregnancy of a woman can be terminated only with the consent of that particular woman, not with her husband. Okay. So this each and every woman has to be aware of. There is no awareness created in India so far. So the woman, when she is entering into a hospital, and if she is asking a medical practitioner to terminate her pregnancy, still now we are undergoing a lot of humiliation. The doctor used to say why, what is the reason, where is your husband, a lot of questions will come. If she is married and there is a failure of contraception also, a doctor has to terminate her pregnancy with only her consent, and he doesn't have any authority to cross question her. Otherwise, if the woman has been undergoing a treatment and if she knows that the child is going to born with severe abnormalities which is going to affect the future of the family and the child, then she can also abort a child. And if it is going to pose serious threat to mother's health, severe risk that if the child is going to be born, the mother will die. In such a condition also, there are some diseases. The mother will definitely die if the child is going to born, like congenital diseases there. So all these things, mother's health will get affected. Then if you go for the sexual assault or rape cases, that is happening in every nook and corner of India. So for this also you can do. Yes.
These 4 conditions pertains to those cases which are beyond 20 weeks or
which are within 20 weeks only. That is why there are a lot of cases which are pending in the court. You know, the girl one who has crossed 20 weeks and she was undergone rape or something. Inside the family only, the family members has caused that to her, and she has crossed 20 weeks and then she was not allowed to terminate her baby. And she was only 12 or 13 years age, I doesn't remember her, 12 or 13 years age, and she applied to the court also. She made an appeal to the court, but the court also rejected her plea because she has crossed that weeks. and then she also gave birth to a baby boy, something, it came in the newspaper also. So these things are happening in India because we are not aware completely what is going on and related to abortion and all everything. So in Nikita Mehta case, now she is well informed woman, she knows after her 20 weeks she is not allowed to do it. Now she has applied in the court. Now we can see, now we are going to define ethics. For this only we are discussing this case, right? Ethics. How we are going to define ethics? Right. Are we done with this? So we will pass to the definition. Actions. If you want to make a tabular column, you can make right or wrong, right. Good or bad, this can be otherwise written as ethically or morally. Okay, ethically can also be written as morally right, ethically or morally right, or ethically or morally wrong. Okay, so write like this. We are going to define it very easily. You will remember in your lifetime what is the definition of ethics. After this we will define. Okay, first we are going to understand ethics. So take Nikita Mehta case. What action? So now you are a doctor. Now you are a medical practitioner. Nikita Mehta has come to you. You know it is illegal in India. If you do it, what happens? What will happen? Tell me that. That's why I told you have to have wide knowledge related to the social issues, because when you are writing case studies you have to be very careful. You can't just say yes, I will not do it and all, and even if I do it, then you have to know what are the consequences of doing it. So what will happen if you are doing it and a case is registered against you, then your license will be cancelled. You can also be imprisoned. So all these things will happen. Okay, these things you have to know. So action, Nikita Mehta is coming to you. Will you terminate her pregnancy? You can write terminating the pregnancy. You can write just terminating the pregnancy. So will you do it? Yes, will you do it or not? No. She is saying she will not do it. Any other answers? So I hope they are also listening. So any answers from online people? So Nikita Mehta has come to you. You are a registered medical practitioner. So already I have discussed about her case. She is on her 23rd week and the doctor has now informed that if a child is going to be born, then it will born with severe abnormalities, or if it is carrying on, then there will be a miscarriage. There might be.
The Act provides for some leeways.
Act provides for?
Some leeways, like for the doctor to judge as in certain exceptional circumstances. The doctor
No, the Act does not provide. That is a problem. But the doctor can explain later. He has to give the explanation. If for what reason he has done it, right?
So it's not like strictly that beyond 20 weeks?
No, it is strict. He will be asked for inquiry. He will be called for inquiry, na? If it is not strict, why he is called for inquiry? He can just give his reasons and just escape. It's not like that. He has to be. He will be called and he will be inquired properly by the board. Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
yes. Okay. She is saying yes, and people have been answering to me as no, 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 no. Okay, fine. Why you are saying no and why you are saying yes?
Ma'am, although the legislation has strict provisions, and of course there are risks for me to getting my license cancelled in the process of doing it. But then from the ethical point of view, this lady's life is in danger, or else even if there is a birth of a child who is disabled. So
So I like to interrupt here. She is saying the lady's life is in danger. This is how you are making mistakes in your case study. I told Niketa, in Niketa Mehta case, the child will be either miscarried, that is it will be pre-born, die. Otherwise, it will be born with severe abnormalities. I didn't say it is going to affect the health of Niketa Mehta, but you have told me that it is going to pose risk to Niketa Mehta case. So we can say definitely no, because it is legally also wrong, because she is legally, right or wrong, we are deciding based on laws or rules, which is prevailing in the particular country, the laws and the rules, which is Abhijit has also answered, with their consent and condition under law. Okay, laws and rules which is prevailing in the particular country, based on that we can't abort. It is legally wrong. Legally it is wrong. That is right or wrong means it is based on legality. If you are going to good or bad, it is ethically or morally right or wrong. If you take this also in this case, that is not going to pose any risk for the women's health. But if you are taking a life without any seriousness, then that it is also not allowed. Morally it is wrong to kill some person, right? If the lady is posing some risk, and child also may be born, either be born dead or either be born with severe abnormalities, we have to save at least one life. Then we can abort, even though the law is not permitting, it is ethically right. But now here it is again ethically wrong. There is no any dilemma. You can say it is wrong only because the lady is safe. Only the child is going to face some abnormalities that she has to, according to our moral principles, we have to bear it. They say the moral principle says that the life should not be taken without any reason. An innocent life should not be taken without any reason. So the parents has to tolerate it and has to continue with the pregnancy. This is a moral principle is also accepting, and legally also it is right. Okay, so you can't terminate the pregnancy. This is one case. Do you understand the case?
If the fetus isn't it like a case of fetus being born with severe abnormality?
Yeah, either, but it is having life, na? Who are you to take a life? You don't have any right. Right? According to moral principles also, you don't have any right to kill some person. That is what Hitler did. What Hitler did? Hitler, what he did? He said, gasified the people who are born with abnormalities. Okay, he said you are not having any right to live in this country because you are abnormal. You don't have any right. Only if she was suffering from depression, everybody is living with depression, you have to. So what it happens, Hitler gasified the people, you know that na? What he did, Holocaust is still being separated, still now they remember that event. What he did, Jews has been killed, and apart from that he also killed his own people who are not normal. Those with those who are visually impaired, those who are physically impaired people, he killed them, right? So this is like Hitler event. If you are doing it, you are also Hitler, na? Okay. So terminating the pregnancy in the Niketa Mehta case, there is no any ethical dilemma for you. It is legally also wrong. It is morally also wrong. You can't do it because with one reason that the child will born with abnormality. That is the only reason you can't terminate a pregnancy, both morally also and legally also. She is crossing her 23rd week, right? Now come to the next point. If the laws allow 20 weeks, by law only we would have terminated that. If she is under 20 weeks of her pregnancy, through law we would have terminated, because the law is also saying if the fetus is born with severe abnormalities, we can terminate it. But moral principles is saying it is wrong. Okay, if it is not posing any threat to any people's life, without any reason you should not take a person's life, an innocent life, because of only one reason that it is going to be born abnormally.
I actually thought that this concept of miscarriage would eventually lead to some threat to her life.
But the doctor has said there is no threat. That is why she applied in the court. The doctor has said there is no threat for the women's life. Because if miscarriage is happening everywhere, even a woman who is working in the field, she also will undergo miscarriage. Only in some life threatening events the women will be affected through miscarriage, everything. Any doctor in online, you can also answer for this, right? Now consider the second case. First we discussed about Niketa Mehta case. Second, I think so you remember this lady, Savita Halapanavar. Do you remember? Do you remember this name? Savita Halapanavar. Anybody? Okay, let me explain about her case. Savita Halapanavar, okay, she was pregnant and now she was under 20 weeks. She has not even crossed the 20 weeks of her pregnancy, but she was not in India. She was an Indian lady who was residing in Ireland. You know Ireland, no? Ireland. She was residing there, right? Now what happened? The doctor told that if the pregnancy has to be continued, it will result in severe complications in the mother's life, that definitely she will die if this pregnancy continues. Okay, now she applied because in Ireland, Irish law, according to Irish law, terminating pregnancy is illegal. You can't do it. There is no law to terminate pregnancy at any week. Okay, you can't terminate on your own. You should not abort a child. So she was denied abortion. That you can't abort your child, you have to carry with it. And what happened? She died. She died, right? So this is a case which happened in 2012 and it made news, and now after 4 years of her death, Ireland has repealed the law that now they can abort the child, okay, because this case is one of the cause for removing that, repealing that act. Now if you say Savita Halapanavar case, right, suppose Savita is coming to you in India, whether you can abort the child, whether you can abort, let us consider the case as about 20 weeks, legally it is right or wrong? How it is legally right?
In case she is
but it should be 20 weeks, na, under 20 weeks, otherwise it is illegal. Then you have to apply in the court, then only you can come. You can't directly abort her. As a doctor, legally you can't do it. It is illegal only. It is illegal. If she is above 20 weeks, I am asking the condition, above 20 weeks. Under 20 weeks it's legal, you can do it. Above 20 weeks. Okay. About 20 weeks. I think they can't see the board here. They can't see, na? So
now we can do it and then just shift this thing this side.
Yeah, we'll shift little bit. Thank you. Enough. So if you see, she is about 20 weeks, then it is illegal, illegal. And again, if you take morally, if you are aborting a child, suppose she has come, you know it is illegal, but you are ready to abort a child, is it ethically right? It's morally right or wrong? Is it morally right or wrong?
Morally right.
Morally right. Good. Why?
Because the doctor has already said that her life is
at risk. Even the child will be born with abnormalities. Otherwise, the child will also born with death. The child will not survive after birth. So it is either we can save one life, na. So here comes ethical dilemma. In this case, there is no dilemma at all. It is wrong in both the cases. But if you are taking considering the second case, and if the condition is about 20 weeks, then it is right or wrong means definitely it is legally wrong, right? But morally it is right. Morally it is right. Why? And here we have to discuss two terms. One is ethical dilemma, right? Ethical dilemma, and under which principle you are going to choose, right? You are going to abort, or in which principle you are not going to abort. So if you see, there are two confusions, right? One is, already we said it is wrong to take a life. We said, no, it is wrong, we should not take a life. Okay, So, wrong to abort. Morally also it is wrong to abort, one condition. Second, that is why I already told that there is no right or wrong in ethics. The first class I told there is no right answer, there is no wrong answer in ethics, but you have to give your explanation in such a manner. Second thing is that is right to abort because I am going to save at least the mother's life. Okay. So she told I am going to choose this, and based on the probability I also chose it is right to abort. Okay, morally. So there comes a confusion because some doctors may think even though it is going to pose risk to the mother's life, how can I kill a child with my own hand? Hippocratic Oath, what is that? What is Hippocratic Oath? Have you heard this term?
Yes,
where?
Hippocrates is known as the father of ethics.
That's
the reason why they take a oath before entering.
Every doctor, if somebody in your family is a doctor, they know it. When they enter into this profession, they take a oath that at any cost I will not harm any life. Okay. First oath what they take is, there are some oaths which they have to take. The first oath is that I will not harm any life. Because I am a doctor, even though the patient who is a terrorist, okay, one who is a terrorist, one who has taken, one who is a rapist, one who has killed, murderer, anyone who comes to me, I have to see him as my patient only. I have to treat him, I should not harm him. If the doctor knows that he is a terrorist, will a doctor put poison injection and kill him? You don't have any right because you have taken a Hippocratic Oath here. So, according to the Hippocratic Oath, the doctor may think even though the lady is going to die, okay, I can't kill a child with my own hand. So, there is then again some doctors might think, okay, right, let it be. Suppose I leave this now, the lady is going to suffer, even though the child, that both can die. There is a possibility that child also will die, the lady also will die. At least at this stage I can save the lady's life. The lady's life can be saved. So I will prefer this. So I am going to bend my Hippocratic Oath. I am going to kill a child because to save one life. So there is a confusion. Okay, what thing I have to choose? Whether I have to abort or whether I should not abort. Here comes a confusion. This is what we call as ethical dilemma. What is dilemma? What is the definition of dilemma? It's nothing but a confusion, confusion. We don't know what way we have to go. So this is ethical dilemma. What is ethical dilemma? When two or more things are equally justifiable. Equally justifiable. Okay, this is also right, this is also right. I can't say, no, this is wrong. That I will not abort the child. This is wrong. I can't say, yeah, the doctor has said I will not abort the child. He is trying to kill the lady. I can't say like that. Because the doctor don't want to kill the child with his own hand. That is why he said I don't want to abort the child. Right? But the other doctor is saying, yes, I want to abort the child because I don't want to pose risk to the women's life. The women may die. Even though the child may be born or may not be born or born with severe abnormalities, but now the women's life is at risk. So I am going to abort the child. Two doctors are saying two things. Now there is a confusion. Both are ethically right. So that is called ethical dilemma. Both are equally justifiable. So which one you have to choose is based on which one we will choose. Lesser than two evils. When you are choosing a decision, you have to choose lesser than two evils or greater than two good. Do you understand? So whenever an ethical dilemma is coming in your case study, because all the cases which they give will come as ethical dilemma only, there will be ethical dilemma in your case study. You have to choose less of two evils or greater of two good. Do you understand the meaning of this? What?
Where there are two evils?
Two evils means if the negative consequences, two of the negative consequences is there, you have to see the intensity of the consequences. Intensity means the strength. Which one is more evil, you have to avoid it. Which one is more good, you have to choose it. Okay, do you understand? Good. Okay. Right, you have to ask our judiciary system, judicial system, because the court is functioning in such a manner, right? In order to, why this law was formed? Okay, you are in serious confusion, so I want to ask a question, why MRTP Act was proposed in India? 1971 this act was formed, Why this act was formed? What is the reason behind it? Why the act was proposed? Yes, tell me. Because of sex selective abortions. I told you na, whenever we are speaking about abortion, the first term comes in our mind is sex selective abortion. In India, even now in certain places of the country, you can see female infanticide is happening. Female infanticide, na, they kill the child even after it is born. If it is a female child, they will kill it. Even in southern part, there are some areas. Even in northern parts, there are some areas. They are doing this type of habit is prevailing among the people. So, it started from the British rule. Since the British rule, this was practiced. This was heavily practiced since the British rule. In southern part, if you see, mostly this type of habit was practiced not for dowry system. Especially this practice was practiced because whenever the people that they are invading from place to place, when they are coming from one place to the other place, the rulers, when they come and occupy, colonize the other places, they used to take women from the places, they used to take women, ladies, for making them slave, sex slave. This is a problem which is happening, China, everywhere we are facing, the Japanese has taken these people as sex slaves, you can see. So they used to capture the ladies of the house and take along with them. So if the ladies are very beautiful, they thought, since the ladies are beautiful they are taking, so we have to make them ugly. If you go to the southern state, in the deep south, you can see the ladies, the very old ladies, the ears will be torn like this. If you notice, the ears will be torn because when they were born, they will tear the ear and put something, and the ear will start, it will be hanging till this, because they will look odd, so the people will not capture them. So this is a practice which was followed, not for dowry, but if you go to northern side, for dowry system, mainly we are practicing female infanticide for the dowry system. So all these things are keep on happening. So why we came here, 20 weeks. So see, this is ethical dilemma, we are going to choose. For this only I told there is a prescriptive ethics, under that utilitarianism, that is deontological ethics, ontological ethics, right, then teleological ethics. Okay, if the mother remains alive, there is chance she will be having child again, but if another mother died during delivery, who will be going to take care of disabled child? This might be the reason to abort. Good, they are giving the reasons to abort. So very good, Mr. Tarun. Now we are discussing about why ethically it is right and wrong, both. We can go for both. So we are discussing about a ethical dilemma. So whenever we are facing an ethical dilemma, we have to choose the right option based on two theories, particularly deontological ethics, teleological ethics. You can also add one more, virtue ethics. This you will be studying elaborately in the next topic, next classes you will be studying this, but note and keep side. The side you note this and keep ethical dilemma. This also you will be studying elaborately. So whenever you are choosing, when there is an ethical dilemma for you, then, right, based on three theories you can make the decision: virtue ethics, deontological ethics and teleological ethics, right. So people have started putting their opinions, good, at least they are discussing about that. So now we are here, so don't lose control, don't lose your concentration in the class also. Please listen, this is the most important place where you have to put your concentration here. So what happens whenever a case study is given in UPSC, the section B area, you will face ethical dilemma. Okay, ethical dilemma, conflict of interest will occur. Conflict of interest is nothing but one part of ethical dilemma. It's also a variation of ethical dilemma that we will be discussing in the other classes. So now we are going to define ethics. Do you understand the example? You understood now? So in this case, the second case, ethical dilemma is happening. In the first case, there is no ethical dilemma. Blankly you can say it is morally wrong and also legally wrong. But in the second case, you can say it is legally wrong, but morally it can be right or wrong. You can write like this, otherwise you will get confused. Right or wrong, but you have to choose from the lesser of two evils or greater of two good. That is why I chose right. Okay, that is why I chose right. Based on teleological ethics. I chose this option based on teleological ethics. What is teleological ethics? This we will be studying elaborately in the next class. So teleological ethics is otherwise called as consequentialist ethics. Consequentialist. Okay, I chose this option. I see, understand clearly, please, people, those who are on the Yeah, that we will be discussing. There are a lot of cases of things which are morally right yet legally wrong. That is a separate topic which we will discuss. Okay, so what is the way to approach? I already told now, this is the way. Okay, even though it is legally wrong, you can do that, you can carry forward that if it is morally right. Okay, even though if it is legally wrong, there are some certain cases, people are bending rules, people are bending rules. There was one case, an IAS officer was like you, he is a young and energetic IAS officer, he is a doctor. So he was a doctor and he came from medical field to the UPSC field and he got selected, and when he was going into a very backward district, in one rural area, he was walking with because already the flood has affected that area. Now he was going with the rescue team. Rescue team, you know that ambulance is going. Okay, ambulance will be there, media also will be there, because for coverage they will come along with the collector. Police also is there. So all people are going into that particular rural area. When they were going, a group of people was running towards that team. You know, they were carrying a young girl who was accidentally tripped and she got hurt in the head, and now there is severe blood loss. So when they met that girl, now the collector is there, the people are approaching, they were crying, they were saying the girl is about to die, and now the collector is a doctor himself. Now he asked the doctors who were there to check the girl, and the doctors checked the girl and they told that the girl is about to die because she has to, we have to transfuse blood for her. What is transfusion? You are giving some blood to her, okay, otherwise she will lose her life. If you see the primary health center from there, it takes at least 2 hours to reach, because it's a very rugged area, you can't reach. The nearby primary health center is located 2 hours, okay, from there. Now there is no, they told that girl will die within an hour. If the blood is not transfused to the girl will die within an hour. I am explaining for you only, Mr. Nitin. So what happens? It is illegal to directly transfuse blood in India. You know that or not? It is illegal to directly, there is transfusing from body to body, that is taking the blood from one person. You might see in the hospital, it is not allowed in India. Only for film sake they will do. You will be lying in the nearby bed, the other patient will be lying in the nearby bed, and they will take blood from this person and transfer to the other person. It can't be done. Only the registered blood bank has to give the blood to the person who is in need of blood. Why? Because there are a lot of diseases which has to be screened, then only the blood has to be taken to the patient. Only in the emergency situation, if you are doing it, that is also illegal. Illegal in India. You can't do it. You can be arrested if you are doing. Now the collector is I already told, is very young and energetic. Even though our system is bureaucratic, colonized bureaucracy is still, we follow a British bureaucratization, right? Still now we are practicing the same. So we have lot of rules which are binding us. We have to do this based on rules only. But this IAS officer, after seeing that, he asked the team that what should we do? Now the ambulance is there because there is a blood transfusion instrument also, we can transfer the blood. Now the team said that you can transfer the blood, but it is illegal, so we are not doing it. Now the collector himself went, he said even though there is a rule that we should not directly transfuse blood to a body, but now it is in the emergency situation, it takes almost 2 hours to reach the primary health center. For me, each and every life which belong to this district is under my responsibility, I am responsible. So I am going to do the direct blood transfusion and I am going to face the law. He did it. He is a doctor, he did it on his own. So there are some cases. There are some cases where you have to choose, even though it is legally wrong, you can do it in order to save a life. Okay, it is morally right. It is morally right. There is no ethical dilemma, na? Morally it is 10% right. Right? Now, because he is going to save a life. Saving a life is more important than losing a duty, than losing a job. Saving life is important. So this is one of the case. Similar way you have to analyze. That is why I already told less of 2 evils, greater of 2 good. Always you have to keep this in your mind when you are choosing an option. If you are going to choose something, there should be less evil in it. Otherwise there should be greater, most good than the other one. If option A is there, option B is there. If A is having more evil consequences than B is having more evil consequences than A, then you have to choose A. Right? This is how you have to make your decision. Right? So consequentialist theory, I already told I have went to this right option because I am going to choose this based on teleological ethics, that is based on consequential. The other name of teleology is other name is consequentialist. Consequentialist ethics. Okay, the principles, the other name of teleological ethics. So what is the meaning of that? We will be studying this elaborately also. It is nothing but, okay, maximizing the benefit to maximum number of people. Maximizing benefit to maximum number of people that is always the benefit has to be in the maximum. That is the simple term I already told, greater of two goods. Okay, greater of two goods. This is called as consequentialist theory. Maximum benefit to maximum number of people. Okay, so, right, maximum number of people. This is consequentialist theory, and when you are studying about particularly the utilitarianism, that is teleological. Utilitarianism is otherwise called as teleological. It's otherwise three names are there. Once we are going into that, I will explain properly for you. So till this it is enough for this example. So once when we get into that, you will be elaborately explained about all the three theories and how you have to choose when you are facing an ethical dilemma, right? Have you understood till this? Have you understood? Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt? Okay. So in this case we have discussed, so before defining the ethics I am going to take another example. Then we will define ethics, then we will write the definition about ethics also, then we will go to the next topic, right? So the next example is that I am going to say, listen carefully, this is how, see, we will get very limited time when you are given a case study in your hand. You have to read the question with deeper concentration. That's why I am saying you have to meditate in order to make you concentrate in what you do. So you have to read the question at least twice or thrice. In that period you have to mark what are the important facts in the case study. Then only you can answer your cases. Okay, it's very important. Lot of times you will get confused. Right? Now see the second case, the second example I am going to discuss. Listen carefully. There was a small boy. There was a small boy. He had a younger sibling with him. They had no parents, and this boy and that younger sibling has not eaten for 2 days. Now he is hungry, very hungry, and the smaller boy can't tolerate it. He is very young, less than 1 year old. Now he has to eat something, otherwise definitely he would die. Now this boy doesn't have any option. So he went and he was roaming near a shop. Then he stole a bread from that shop and ran away. He stole bread or bun something from the shop and he ran away. So is stealing legal in India? Stealing. Now let us assess the action of that boy step by step. The boy stole. Just don't consider the other condition. Don't consider any other thing. The boy is stealing a bread. Is it legal? It is not legal. Is it morally right? Don't consider any other condition. I am just saying boy is stealing. It is morally wrong. The boy, poor boy steals. The poor boy steals. Okay. The other condition is not considered here. The poor boy. A poor boy is there. He went to a shop and stole something. Is it legally right? Morally? No. Even though you are poor, you are not allowed to steal. Stealing is sin. Now, third condition. The boy stole to save a life. Is it legally right? No. Again, it is not right. Is it morally right? Yeah, it is morally right. Here also I already told there will be a confusion. Ethical dilemma will come. Even though we have to save a life, for her saving a life may be important priority, value system. For her, no, I don't steal. Okay, so you want to save a life. For you the priority may be saving life. So what you say is that, okay, I am ready to steal. Even though I steal, I am going to save a life. So I am going to save, because for me life is important and stealing is second priority. Okay, for her saving is first, stealing is second. For you, no, even though I want to save a life, my mother has told that I should not steal in any situations. For me, stealing is my first value system which I prioritize. So that is why I told values vary from person to person. But in ethics also we are having a set of principles. In that they say we have to save a life, we should not lie, we should not cheat. All these are ethical principles. But in this case, if there is a confusion whether it is wrong or right, I already told you have to go less of two evils and greater of two good. So based on the consequentialist, that is the teleological ethics, that is the end based ethics, the boy is allowed, okay, at least he is going to save a life for that only reason. The greater goodness is to save a life. Even though he steals, he is going to save a life. So it is right. Okay, so this is automatically a right. We are giving more value for right, even though that is not wrong. Even though if you say I am not going to steal, even though I have to save a life, I will not steal because it is ethically wrong only. That is said by deontological ethics, that you will study. So keep this example in mind. Once when we come there, I will compare this example there and I will teach you. Okay. So two types of ethics I told na, deontological ethics and teleological ethics. Deontological ethics always says, even though the end you aspire for is good, you also should choose a good mean. Means should also be good. Means should also be good in case of deontological ethics. But teleological ethics says, I don't care about the means, I care only about the ends. I don't care about the means, I care only about the end. End is to save a life, I will do anything to save a life. That is teleological ethics. But deontological ethics says, no, even though I have to save a life, I will choose only good means. I should not steal. Okay, this we can't apply in every situations.
Ma'am, I was just wondering that even though we have a set of virtues, like we will follow in this line. So even it is just circumstances that make us categorize these virtues into hierarchy.
Yes.
This would become in private. Although both is divided in us.
Yes.
Yet in circumstances.
That is situation decides. Situation decides which value we are going to prioritize. When you are a child, you may prioritize something. When you have grown up into adolescent girl, then you would have prioritized some other value than the other value. Now you are an UPSC aspirant, you are better than everyone. So now you have some value system which is unique to you, that I will follow this value system. Even though I have to become an IAS officer, I will choose only right means to achieve the end. I don't want to go in the shortcut manner. All these things you will. So there is some value system which each and every person have in their life. That is called values, and the values is combinedly called as ethics. Okay, values is just a part of ethics, and the ethics, in ethics we always follow most probably the teleological ethics in order to say that this person has not done a serious wrong. Okay, in order to save a life, this person has accidentally stole. He don't have any intention to steal. He did not steal a diamond. He stole just a bread in order to help a boy who is going to die. So in that case we are accepting this. So this is, now we will define ethics. Do you understand the examples? Do you understand the examples, everyone? Do you understand this again? Less of two evil and greater of two evil concept again. See, less of two evil, let us take like this. Now this boy has stolen. Now we are saying it is morally right. Why we are saying it is morally right? Because even though stealing is also wrong, morally it is wrong only. Okay, but he is stealing to save a life. Okay, so here the less evil is this. It is having less evil consequences. This event is having less evil consequences because he is going to save a life. He is going to do a good. He is going to do a good, that is why he has told. That is what? Greater of two good. That is, if suppose he is not stealing, let us take like this, he is not stealing, he is going to choose the path of not stealing. Now he doesn't know what to do. The boy will die now. Is it greater good or less good? Less good. That is why we are choosing this path. Do you understand, Mr. Akshay? Right. I hope you all understood this. Now we will define our ethics. So draw a diagram. We will define ethics with the diagram, right? Then we will take a definition for the first thing which we have completed, the first part. Still now we have crossed one thing, that is what is ethics. We are understanding what is ethics. This is the most important part because with this only you are going to write a case study. So don't worry, again the examples will be compared and explained when you are going to study about the deontological, teleological ethics. and virtue ethics, right? Now write, draw the diagram. Ethics. Two way we are going to define. First diagram, ethics is defined as and if Akshay you don't understand, then you can ask me again, I can explain, no problem. Is defined as the systematic study of, ethics is defined as the systematic study of human conduct as right or wrong, good or bad. Right or wrong is always based on laws, comma rules, comma regulations, dot dot dot. Good or bad is always based on. Good or bad is otherwise called as ethically or morally right or wrong. Ethically right or wrong. Okay. Good or bad is based on moral principles. That is having value to an end. This last sentence will explain you that about the teleological ethics. Value to an end. What is the meaning of that? It is the consequentialist ethics. There are two ethics, I already told you, na? Three, which we will just add on. It's like an add-on, but most probably we will decide a condition based on deontological or the teleological. Teleological is otherwise called as consequentialist. Consequentialist means the end matters much than the means to achieve it. Okay. Deontology is nothing but means is also the matter. Gandhi always ask you to follow deontological ethics. Do you remember? He used to say Satyam eve jayate. Okay, whatever condition it might be, you have to speak the truth. Right?
But then it was Yudhishthir at that point of time in Mahabharata when just to make, I think there was a situation where it was very essential to say that it was day or it was night, and then this person comes in. There was this fight between two, and then it says that your son is dead, and the name of the son was also resembling the name of elephant, and so he doesn't clarify it, and that is of course telling the truth, but then half truth.
Half truth. You are not intentionally doing it. That we will learn in the foundational values. That is the difference between integrity and honesty. Okay, what is the difference between integrity and honesty is what she is saying. You use that example there. So based on moral principles, that is having an value to an end. Always we will choose a greater, that you can write that also here, greater among two good or lesser among two evil. That is called as teleological ethics. That is consequentialist ethics. That is otherwise called as utilitarianism. Done. So this is one definition of ethics. Now take the other definition. Ethics. Why we are using ethics? Ethics. Evaluates human actions. Ethics evaluates human actions. And the values underlying them. Human actions and the values underlying them as right or wrong, or good or bad. Okay, this already we have written here elaborately, so just write like this. So this is the second definition of ethics. Ethics evaluates human actions and the values underlying the human actions as right or wrong or good or bad, right? I already told each and everyone is performing an action based on the value system which they hold. Even though there is a set of moral principles which is universally prescribed as ethics, you have your own value systems. Based on the value system, you will prioritize. So, this is the other definition. So, now we will take some definition for ethics, then we will move to the, see in this definition each and every term will be explained after this. Values, what is values? Then what is human actions? What is right or wrong? I already told you, legally, it is based on legally. So, what is the difference between law and ethics? This I will teach in the forthcoming session. So, what you will do, first we will take a definition, then we will continue, okay? Otherwise, you will miss the loop. So, take a definition for ethics. Okay. The 20th century philosopher, she is talking about Yudhishthir. Somebody has given that, she is talking about Yudhishthir and Ashwastama story, right? So, just start writing. The 20th century philosopher, Albert Camus. Albert, see these some names you have to mug up and use it when you are writing answers. Albert Camus. 20th century philosopher Albert Camus stated that, Albert Camus stated that, start the quotation like this, a man without ethics. The 20th century philosopher Albert Camus stated that a man without ethics. Repeat. The 20th century, you are starting it. The 20th century philosopher Albert Camus, this is the name of the person, stated, S-T-A-T-E-D, stated that. Then start the quotation. A man without ethics. A man without ethics, E-T-H-I-C-S, a man without ethics is a wild beast. Man without ethics is a wild beast. What is beast? Animal. It's a wild beast, loosened, L-O-O-S-E-D, loosed. It's a wild beast loosed. It's a wild beast loosed upon this world. Quotation close the quotation, upon this world, okay, upon this world. Can you write one more thing? Continue the paragraph, okay. Ethical questions, explore what, W-H-A-T, explore what, ethical questions, explore what, Aristotle. Why I am writing these names? This you have to use, okay, study these names. These are very important personalities, only I will write. Aristotle. These are the keys to gain more marks than your competitors. Ethical questions, explore what Aristotle called. Aristotle called, inside quotation, a life, inside quotation, start the quotation and write, a life well lived, okay, life well lived. This appeared as question, this is the note which I have prepared in 2015, this appeared in question last year, see. So, the notes are very, because I have compiled from all foreign author books. So, you will see some rare notes here. So, this Aristotle, this question came directly as a, this came as a question, not this one, Socrates. This is Aristotle, na? Socrates came as question, that is following this. So, write that, a life well lived, full stop. So, ethics isn't, IAS-N apostrophe T, ethics isn't just an exercise, just an exercise for philosophers, just an exercise for philosophers. So ethics isn't just an exercise for philosophers or intellectuals. Philosophers or intellectuals, 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 full stop, or intellectual, full stop. It is at the core of everyday life. It is at the core of everyday life, full stop. Then start the next paragraph. In that you write, ethical people, the people with ethics, the people who live with ethics, ethical principles, that they are called as ethical people. Ethical people have what? Philosophers, right? Philosophers, first one, first philosopher, Thomas Aquinas. Have you heard this name? A very popular philosopher. If you are from philosophy optional, definitely you should have studied about him. Okay, Thomas Aquinas. Called, right inside the quotation, called inside the quotation, well-informed conscience, well-informed, like this, well-informed conscience, C-O-N, well-informed conscience, C-O-N-S-C-I-E-N-C-E, conscience, quotation close. I already told philosophers. First one is Thomas Aquinas has said like this. Then Socrates. This appeared as question. Aristotle has not yet framed as question. Same. The line appeared same like this as question. Socrates called. Socrates. How Socrates died?
He was given to drink poison just because there were allegations that he was taking the youth astray by making them question things.
At that time when they were speaking against the church or against government, they will be definitely killed. If they are thinking scientifically, they will be killed. So Socrates also one of the philosopher. He is a great philosopher, father of philosophers, we can call like that. He died. Even Kalamji has said that, why he has died. This was a question when you are reading the turning points of Kalamji, you will note that he would speak about Socrates also. Socrates called and examined life. Okay, examine life, done. Then you will write the definition now. This is an introduction. Now we are going to write the definition for ethics. Just write. In the next paragraph you can write ethics, like this you write, then draw like this. First definition, then second definition, that I will tell like that, okay. Just put like this, it will be easy and it will be interesting to learn also. If you are writing as a paragraph, then it looks like a book, then you will get bored to read it, right. So first definition. It is the norms for conduct, like this. In that first you write, it is the norms. It is the norms. Norms, N-O-R-M-S, norms for conduct, C-O-N-D-U-C-T. Conduct means what? What is human conduct? I said human conduct, what is that? It's a behavior, the way a human behave. Human conduct is nothing but the way one behaves, okay. Norms for conduct that distinguish between acceptable and unacceptable behavior. Distinguish between acceptable and unacceptable behavior. Second definition. Already you wrote one definition in the form of diagram. Remember that na? First. Second now here. Second definition. Ethics refer to a system of moral principles. Ethics refer to, second definition, ethics refer to a system of moral principles. System of moral principles, comma, system of moral principles, comma, underline that, system of moral ethics. Simply if you have to define, I already told KISS strategy na, that is our strategy which we will follow in our class and in exam also. Keep it short and simple where it is necessary. If they are asking to elaborate, you have to elaborate, otherwise you have to write in simple terms, means set of moral principles. Ethics is set of moral principles, comma, which affect the decision making ability, comma, which affect the decision making ability, of the people, which affect the decision making ability of the people, and act as a decision making ability of the people, and act as a guiding principles, for them, to lead their lives, okay, to lead their life. Another one small definition you can take, then we will see about the next topic. One small definition, write it. Small, two small, one. Ethics comes from, where this word has been derived. We have to know that na, ethics comes from the origin. The Greek word comes from the Greek word ethos, ethos, comes from the, who know Greek here? Then you have to tell how we have to pronounce ethos, ethos. Comes from the Greek word ethos, ethos, comma, which means, what is the meaning of that? Which means character. Ethos means what? Character. Inside the quotation you have to give that, which means character. Okay, character, that is the behavior of a person. So it was derived from that Greek word and ethos, and now we call it as ethics. Now the last definition for ethics you are going to write. This is also very important definition. Ethics, comma, you no need to write again ethics already we have done here. Also known as moral philosophy, underline that, moral philosophy. This is another simple definition. Ethics equal to moral philosophy. Ethics also known as moral philosophy, R. Ethics also known as moral philosophy, R. The science of morals, inside single quotation, right? Science of morals, also known as science of morals. Okay, science of morals, quotation small, single quotation, quotation close, science of morals, comma, means what? Comma, is a branch of philosophy, comma, is a branch of philosophy, okay, is a branch of philosophy that involves, systematizing, systematizing, okay, comma, defending, defending, comma, defending, and recommending, recommending, concepts of, and recommending concepts of right and wrong, in human actions, The branch of philosophy that involves systematizing, defending and recommending concepts of right and wrong in human action. Okay. So these are the definitions for ethics. Now we will continue with our class. right? So we have defined ethics. Now first let us see in the definition. The definition we said already, we are going to assess a human behavior is right or wrong based on the laws, rules and regulation. Now we have to see the next topic, law and ethics. So what are the similarities, what are the differences, all these things we will speak in this under this topic called as law and ethics. I will rub this again, if you want we can draw. So law and ethics, this is what we are going to discuss. Already 3 times question was asked in UPSC in the different format, okay, the same meaning, with the same meaning, but the format is different. The way they ask the question is different, but the meaning is one, the answer is one, right? That is the thing which we are doing wrong now in UPSC. We don't understand the question. Same question, same answer you have to give, but without the knowledge you are leaving it. Already you have studied the answer, but you are not ready, able to deliver it because you don't understand. So now you take law and ethics. So what is law? Just say it simply. Use the kiss and say something. What is law? As per your understanding. Legal code of conduct.
Which is passed by the parliament or say authority.
Okay, passed by an authority. Yes. Good. Actually, she said a legal code of conduct as per the strategy she has said a shorter form. And when you see law is nothing but it is a code, as she said, it's a legal code which was framed by an authority of the country, that is a human is framing it, and implemented by a social institution. That is very important. It is implemented. Okay, laws are implemented by a social institutions, and if you violate it, then you will get punishment also, na? If you are violating a law, you will be punished. The punishment depends on the severity of the punishment, depends on the intensity of the violation, what you are doing it, for what reasons, everything. So situation will decide that is why judiciary is there. Okay, laws is differing from ethics in various way, that we will take as a tabular column. But generally when we are talking about law, you have to know 2 sentences, because this appeared same in the UPSC exam also. Some illegal acts are, sorry, it's not some, we can say none, not, okay, not all illegal acts are immoral. Okay, this I am not going to dictate, you take down this because this also appeared as question, not, only few definitions can be dictated, all these things we can't dictate. So not all illegal acts are immoral, one thing, not all immoral acts are illegal. Take the question paper out now, old question paper if you have. There is a question which appeared in 2015, you can see that. Okay, they asked a similar thing like this. Once when you take it, you will understand. There was a question. A civil servant need not always bound by law. He should also act according to some ethical principles. And then number 1, number 2, Roman number 1, Roman number 2, they have given, that is a question which was framed in 2015. Is it there or not? Is it similar like this? Not legally right, they are given all laws which are legally right or not morally, like that, same. Now we are going to understand the meaning of this sentence. It is a bit confusing, but I can explain again and again till you understand, right? Yes. Once you roll from this, the classes will be entertaining. Some classes has to be very serious because this is very important part that we have to do like this. Yes, can you give me an example? Not all illegal acts are immoral, at least an example. So Mr. Abhijit has defined law is code of conduct which has been created or can be altered based on the need of society. He has given a proper definition and it is imposed on all people without discrimination. Good. So not all illegal acts are immoral, at least give me a definition. If you don't define it, give me an example. What is the meaning? Not all illegal acts are immoral. The meaning of this is that all illegal acts means the acts which are illegal, that is by law it is not it's subjected according to law. All those acts are, we can't say it is immoral act. Okay, we can't assess the act based on morality. For example, I can give you an example now. You are traveling by bike. The traffic police will stop you if you are not wearing a helmet. It is illegal, na?
Yes.
As per law, you should not drive like this. But is it an immoral act? You can't assess this act as moral or immoral, because unless until it is affecting the other person. Okay, even if you are wearing a helmet or not wearing a helmet, it is not a moral principle. It does not concern with the moral. What happened? Ji? Should I continue or? No problem. So, are immoral. So, this is a small example. Go and think some more examples in home when you are thinking.
Parking in a no parking zone.
Parking and no parking, yeah, that is illegal only. You should not do it. But is it an immoral act? No, you can't assess it. Same way, under this there are two categories. When you are giving for 10 mark, you can't write only this. When a question is asked for 10 mark, you have to again subdivide this into two. This can be subdivided again into two. Some. I already told all illegal acts are not immoral, but some illegal acts, illegal acts are morally permissible. It's very interesting. Tell me an example. Another category is some illegal acts are morally mandatory. Two. I am going to divide this into two categories. Now you are going to give example for each. You are already in the UPSC field, you are learning, you are reading Yojana, Kurukshetra, ... So you are definitely there, you are eligible to give an example. My dear children, come on, give me an example for this. Some illegal acts are morally permissible. Morally we are, I already told, based on some greater good, less evil, we are permitting some acts. Some illegal acts are permitted morally also. What are those acts? The blood transfusion. It's illegal, but it is morally mandatory to save a life. Very good. Abortion also the same. The Savita's case we are aborting because in order to save her. This we can give us example. Illegal acts are morally permissible. We can take cannabis. Cannabis. Can we take this? What are cannabis? Drugs. Okay, cannabis are drugs. You know, drugs are used to make medicines also. We are using that in making medicines. In India, there are 3 states which are growing, which have permission to grow cannabis. What are the 3 states? In geography you will learn. In governance part you have to learn. What are the 3 states which have permission? Current affairs also you might have read this.
Himachal.
Okay, she is saying Himachal. Any other answer? This is wrong, but when you go to Himachal, you will get this. Malana particularly. Malana cream. Have you heard about this? It's very famous. The drugs which is grown in Himachal Pradesh, okay, is known for its quality. Even the foreigners are coming to purchase this drug. Have you heard about the Malana village? So I already told we love to travel, na? Sir told this. Sir used to tell this story to you, So we went there, and when we went visiting the Malana village, they told about a particular specialty. I used to taste the special things in particular areas. I used to like that. So I was asking the guide, so what is special here? And they told it is Malana cream. The outside people were telling me it's Malana cream is very famous. People come here mainly especially for that. Then I asked my guide. My guide also knows English. So I asked him that I want Malana cream, and he was staring me like this. And 3-4 days went. Okay. Then I was saying, no, today I need Malana cream, otherwise I am not going to come from Himachal Pradesh. Then he said, okay, you are in dire need of that, then I will get it. Then he said, he took one leaf and showed this is, from this they prepare that Malana cream, you know, it's a drug. Do you need it? I feel very bad. It's very humiliation, shy. in front of lot of boys were laughing there. Huh? I was shouting, I need Malana cream without knowing. You don't know, you don't have any knowledge, na? So you should at least keep quiet there. So this is where it's very popular. Himachal Pradesh has high quality among the world. Even when a Russian traveler was there, he was traveling along with us. So we met him and he purchased this. They were coming from very long distance for this to do research. How the quality of particularly the drug which is growing in Himachal Pradesh is having high quality in the world market. Okay, they are exporting. And there is a place called Malana, they treat us untouchables. Indians, all Indians are untouchables according to them. Okay, only foreigners are allowed inside. Indians are not allowed. Indians and dogs are not allowed. Same way. So, not still that place is existing. If you go there, they will fine you. If you touch their property, even the house, they will fine you 5,000 rupees or something. Okay, so these are all these rubbish things are existing still in India, and they are Indians only. But they are living in India, they are not allowing us. So, not all illegal acts are immoral. How come you will protect constitutionally? But these people has their own constitution, has their own law, has their own police. Police also don't go there.
That's why I was wondering. What about the law enforcement agencies?
Nobody is ready to enter there. And nobody is entering there. No, it's not a protected area. It's not a protected area. But I hope so. There is something back of it. You know. Even it's the back side of the government. Always sir used to say, no, there is something, a parallel government which is running. There is some meaning with they secure this place. They also go parallelly with this. They don't object it. The government is not objecting it because there is something they want to hide. It's a tourist place only. It is tourist place. Okay. Even though if it is a tourist, the government should have objected it now. The tourist has to be treated fairly, otherwise they will not visit. But they are not allowed because only the Indian tourists. The foreigners are allowed. I hope so there is some other meaning for that. So the government also don't enter, and even the police officer will not go up. If there is a case, only the villagers has to settle it. So you have to obey their laws. Otherwise you should not enter their village. And if you see they are very ugly, dirty, you don't like to touch. But they will say if you touch me you have to give me 5,000 rupees. So when they are walking you have to stand near the wall like this. They have to cross you and their dress also should not touch you. When they cross then you have to walk. Do you understand? Long back untouchability. Rule of law is not existing there. Long back untouchability existed in India like this. Same way still existing there. So for illegal acts, cannabis, you see UP, MP, Rajasthan. These are the three places where they allow drugs legally to grow for medical purpose. Okay. There was also a law which is governing it. What is that? What is that? Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act. Based on that, the government is purchasing the drugs from them in order to make medicines. Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act. This is there. Based on this act, the body is existing. A body is existing, and this body is going and purchasing the drugs which is grown in these areas. This is legal. Recently, there was also a government which made cannabis legal, like Gujarat. Do you remember the name? It appeared in the current affairs 6 months before. Have you heard bang? Bang. Anyone from Gujarat? Bang. What is this? It's a cannabis. They used to take during some festivals, festive season, they used to take this. Gujarat has made this as legal. People can take. It's not illegal there. Okay, so it is morally mandatory. That she gave an example. Morally permissible cannabis, although it is illegal to grow drugs. You know, they say ganja. In Tamil Nadu, there is a plant called ganja plant. Same way, ganja. So what they do is that you don't have permission to grow that. Okay, you should not grow it. But when a medical practitioner who's doing the herbal practitioners, the natural medicine practitioners, one who do the country medicines, what he do is that he grow in the house in order to prepare some medicine, then it is morally permissible, because in order to cure the patient, one who is suffering from cancer or one who is suffering from terminally ill, diseases, then this person is growing that particular ganja in order to prepare some medicines to cure those patients, then it is morally permissible. So these are an examples. So do you understand? Do you understand the first line? So when you are given for 10 mark, you have to write the subdivisions also, right? Can't just write only the examples for this and leave it. There was already a question which was asked in 2015. There is a chance they may ask it in the different format, okay? Already the question was asked. If you have the question, can you read that? If you have that question, read that.
It says a mere compliance with law is not enough. A public servant also have to have a well-developed sensibility to ethical issues for effective discharge of duties. Do you agree? Explain with the help of 2 examples where Roman 1, an act is ethically right but not legally. 2, an act is legally right but not ethically.
Same way. We have given us not all illegal acts are immoral. They have said an act is an moral act is.
This is some various centers.
Okay.
Because the power
is not there. So they have given some opinion of what we have discussed. Uttarakhand, some person has written Uttarakhand. Arunachal Pradesh. Sorry, Arunachal Pradesh is not in the list. Follow Indian law too. Israeli favorite place. Mr. Tarun has visited that. I hope so. Malana. World oldest parliament is very good. Bong is, I hope so. Malana is not having the world oldest parliament. I'll check and tell you. It's some other parliament. Bong is popular in Bihar, Jagan during Holi. He is right. Thank you. So, next sentence. Not all immoral acts are illegal. Not all immoral acts are illegal. Any example for this? So, this we can again write some. Okay. So, now example for the first one. Not all immoral acts are illegal. Any example? Classes is going on, I hope so. Okay. So, let me give an example. Example, telling lies. Like this we can tell many things. So, telling lies is an immoral act. You should not tell lie, na? Don't speak lie. Okay. So, these every philosophers, every leaders, great leaders also used to say this. Even our Gandhiji says this. So, not all immoral acts. Is telling lie an illegal act? Are you punished illegally? No, right? So, this is an example for not all immoral acts are illegal. You can always assess an immoral act as an illegal. We can't bring that under the legality. So far, no legal laws has been framed. Even for right to life, we have been suffering till now to achieve right to life, right to death also. Very recently. Salakana issue has also happened. In that, again we are subdividing this into 2. Some immoral acts are legally permissible. What are that? Just think and tell me. You can also go think this in home and bring some examples. Some immoral acts are legally permissible. Intoxication. Okay, intoxication. What is intoxication? What is intoxication? Drink, na? Inebriated state. Drinking. It's an immoral act only. It's not moral. You can't do it. You should not do it. So, this immoral act is legally permissible means government is running What? Liquor shop. Liquor shops are opened here and there by the government. For what reasons? Okay, I have a long doubt on this. Why government is running a liquor shop? For revenue generation. For revenue generation. Is this the only reason? So there is a meaning behind each and everything a government is doing. Okay, because we are in the welfare state, we are not in the police state. Only for the welfare of the people, the government has to think something. Revenue generation is one cause. Okay, the one reason you are given. But the most important reason is that illegal liquors. Have you heard of this? Illegal liquors are generated here and there in the country, everywhere, in the nook and corner of the places. They are boiling illegal liquors. On drinking this, what happens? The person will lose his eyesight. Okay, then his organ failures will take place because they were done in an unhygienic manner using the materials which should not be used. Okay, like battery cells, lizard tail. All these are used in making a liquor. So what happens? These are called as illegal liquor, and they give it for cheaper rates. When people used to buy this and drink, what happens? Lifespan of the people is reduced. He may also die the next day. Lot of death has happened like that. It will cause death of a person. It will make his eyesight, he loses eyesight. Okay, the lifespan of the person will get reduced. What happens then? The family. What happens to the family? It's a question mark, He is survived by a wife, 2 children, 3 children. Okay, sometimes 2 wives, sometimes 3 wives. It depends. It depends. So 1 or 2 families dependent on that person. Now this person is gone. Who is there to support them? So in order to avoid all these things and also to generate revenue, government is running a liquor shop. Okay, got it? So it is legally permissible. Some immoral acts are legally mandatory. Example? Any example? Example we can have capital punishment. What is this? Capital punishment means what? Polity is going on for you. What is capital punishment?
Death sentence.
Death sentence. In India, capital punishment is there or not?
Yes.
It is there. We have not yet removed capital punishment in India. How we are giving it? How we are assisting the capital punishment in India?
In the rarest of the rare cases.
Rarest of rare cases, but how we are making the person die?
Execution.
Tell me correctly. Execution only. How we are executing a person in India? How?
By
Hanging. Is it hanging only? Hanging until death. Okay, you have to be very careful. That is what UPSC is. Hanging until death. Until you die, you will be hanged. If I am hanging you and you are surviving, then you are left. Hanging until death is the punishment they will give. Okay. So this is the way we are executing a criminal under capital punishment in India. In US the case is different. They will inject some poisonous lethal injections into the veins and the person will die. Lethal injections. It is also banned, but they do it still. US is always exclusory case. They are the big 5. Whatever they do, we have to accept. Big 5. So what happens? This capital punishment is immoral act. We are killing. We don't have any right to take a person's life even though he might be a murderer, even though he might be a rapist, even though he might be caused severe loss to the property, the nation's property. But we don't have any right to take a person's life. Morally it is wrong. Morally it is wrong. But legally it is mandatory because we have to save for the greater good. We are accepting it legally that something is mandatory in order to avoid that this person is a beast. If we leave him outside, then further he will murder many more people further because he is a psycho. He is not at all getting rectified from his problem. So it is one and only way is that capital punishment. But still now a lot of activists are opposing it because each and every people has to be given an opportunity in order to correct himself. So don't give capital punishment, at least life punishment, lifetime punishment. What is lifetime punishment? 14 years now in India. They will imprison you in the jail, lifetime. Okay. So this is the case. This is the thing which I come to tell to you. Did you understand this? Laws and ethics first thing. Do you understand? Should I repeat again? Should I repeat? Should I repeat? No? Okay. So, I hope you understood. So, we will before taking a definition, let us also discuss one more point. First we have to see, now we have seen that there are some acts which are not in the category of morality. There are some moral acts which we can't assess whether it is legal or not legal at all. It does not come under the category. Same way some illegal acts are not coming under the category of morality. Okay, this is what we understood from this. Before taking the definition, let us, but both are, the similarity between both is going to guide a human behavior, going to regulate a human behavior, both laws and ethics. Ethics is nothing but a moral principles, and laws is nothing but a code of conduct, code of rules of conduct, like that we can say, rules framed by humans. Ethics is nothing but it's a moral principles framed by philosophers and thinkers and some religious leaders. All those people has framed some policies which has to be followed by the people living on earth. So it does not abide by it is not abiding to the aliens, na? We can't say aliens should follow our human laws. These are principles which are framed by humans, okay, for humans purpose only. So what happens, if you take the differentiation, is there are a lot of differentiation. This can be violated. There is no punishment if you violate it. Even though people believe that hell and heaven is existing, there is no live punishment you can see in front of your eyes. But if you are violating a law, if a policeman is standing there and if you are spitting in front of him, let me check whether he is going to punish me or not, definitely you will be punished. So these are the things, that is violation. If it is violated, you will be punished. Here there is no punishment existing there, okay, even though they have been prescribing some punishments in Garuda Purana. Have you read this book? Have you read that book? What book it is? The Garuda Purana, they have been telling about 28 types of punishment. 28 types of punishment, like for adultery, telling lies, cheating people, okay, you will be punished in hell. What type of punishment has been described here? If you are very interested, go and take that book, read it. Like hundreds of buffaloes will be. Movie is also there, na? Movie has been framed based on that book only, Garuda Purana. Okay. So now we have to say, when we are saying ethical laws are nothing but moral principles. Okay. First we have to see this ethical laws is falling into which category. There are three categories of laws. We are going to define laws. We are going to split laws into three categories. Okay, three categories. First one. Okay. So these are not dictated. If you want, you can take side by. The side you can take this, right? These are not yet asked, but expected. Can be asked at any time. Laws can be categorized into three. One is changeable and unchangeable law. Changeable. Okay, second, violable and inviolable. Violable means violation, violation. Universal and local. These are the categories we will be categorizing the laws, whatever the laws it may be. It may be. You have already spoken only about the country laws. Country laws means what? The laws which are framed by the rulers. One who is ruling the country. Only we have spoken about those laws. But when we are talking about laws, we can categorize laws into three categories. One is changeable and unchangeable, violable and inviolable, universal and local. In this, we can take only these two and compare four types of law. Right? First one, the laws that can be both changed and violated. Can be both changed and violated. Give me an example. What types of law fall under this? The laws can be both changed and can also be violated. You can't say we can't violate it at all, even though you get punishment you can violate it. These are nothing but the laws, country laws, the laws made by humans to rule the country. It can be changed at any time. You are repealing the act, amending the act, all those things are happening, the constitutional laws, all those things. And you can also violate it, even though you get the punishment you will violate. So these can be both changed and violated. Next, laws that can be changed but cannot be violated. Any example? Example? You can change it but you can't violate it, even though you get punishment, that's the other case, but you can't violate at any situation. These are laws of solar system. So what is the meaning of this? What is coming under the laws of solar system? Sowing period, sowing period. Geography class started for you or not? Okay, then good. Tell me, what are the sowing periods? What are the crop season? Kharif, Rabi seasons, Zaid crops are there, na? So the sowing periods is there, na? This month to this month this will grow. This month to this month this will grow. It is different for each crops to be grown. Depending on the climate change, now the seasons is also getting varied. You have to change. That is why I already told it can be changed based on the situations, because climate change is happening. Now winter is arriving very late. Still now winter is not there in Delhi. Future what happens? Even after January we will not face winter. Over the period winter will not be there at all. Only summer season will be there, na? Because climate change is happening, taking place. So what happens? The laws of solar system is keep on changing. But can you violate it? If I am saying I can plant Zaid crops only during the mid period, Kharif and Rabi, during the summer starting, you can plant the, I hope so summer ending, Zaid. So you can, like the watermelons, all those are Zaid crops. So during the summer starting or something, in that period, you can plant the Zaid crops. Can you violate that? You can't. Otherwise the plant will not grow, na? You have to plant it in the particular period only. Seasons, occurring of seasons also. Other example is occurring of seasons. Laws of solar system. I already told, na, winter is, now the winter season is keep on changing, na? In some places you get snowfall now, but here no winter yet. Okay, same. So these can be changed but cannot be violated. You have to follow along with it. Examples. Okay. Then third one. Cannot be changed but can be violated. But can be violated. Example. It cannot be changed. You cannot change that. In any condition you cannot change that, but it can be violated. Okay. So any examples for this? Ethical laws, laws of ethics. The moral principles, na? These cannot be changed. Okay, but you are violating it, na, now and then. Only one lie. I am going to tell my mother only one lie. What is the difference in that? And this is for the betterment of me. Mother, I have passed this attempt, preliminary. I am going to give mains. One lie, na? Because my mom will support me for next year also. At least next year, I am sure I will clear next year, but this one time, God, please adjust with me. I am going to tell a simple lie. You are violating it, na, now and then. Everybody does it. You can't say I am honest, I am a totally a person of integrity. You can be a person of honesty, but you can't be a person of integrity. It is very hard. Okay, we will see the difference when we are going to the third unit. Last one, it cannot be both changed and violated. These are the 4 categories of laws. This is how you have to categorize a law. Okay, whenever you are writing answers, if you are giving like this, you will secure the highest mark, because nobody is going to write a law like this. When the UPSC is asking already 3 times the question is asked and it is expected again about law and ethics, anytime they may ask. So whenever you are categorizing, when he is asking about the difference between law and ethics, you have to categorize like this and you have to put ethics in the third category. Ethics is coming in the third category and the laws made by the humans for the regulation of the behavior is coming under the first category. The fourth category cannot be changed and violated. What is an example for that? Laws of nature. What are called laws of nature? Gravity. Can you change it? Never. Same way, boiling point. It, according to the natural law, the boiling point takes place at 100 degrees Celsius. Can you change to 0 degree? You are saying I can invent this, I can fly upside down. But can you change all these things? You can't. You can't change the color of blood. You can't say that I don't like red color, let me have a blue color blood like alien. You can't do it, na? So these are laws of nature, cannot be changed and violated. Okay. So with this, we will take a definition for law and ethics. Then we will move to an interesting topic with stories, because this topic is little bit boring for us. Should we, what is the timing? Okay. Should we continue and then take a definition, or should we take and leave for the next? It's up to you.
There is one doubt in my mind. Regarding laws of solar system and laws of nature.
You think that both are same?
Similar.
Both are same. It seems like similar, but the solar system means it's related only to the seasons. Seasons, the solar, the sun and the planet oriented seasons are keep on changing. The thing is, you are not changing it, it is changing. Okay. But the nature, laws of nature, what is the nature of you? The natural law. Your polity teacher might have also thought that. Law of natural justice. Apart from the other thing, which is having the tribunals is having one more exceptional. Principles of natural justice. According to that also they will deliver judgment. Nature, it's a human nature. It's the nature of the environment. Okay, so these are coming under laws of nature, which is not about to change. It will never change. That we take as laws of nature, which is fixed, which is there and which cannot be changed. Maybe in future some might try. Some might try, na? Let me change the color of everything. I am fed up with this. Let me make it black and white. Flowers all turn to black and white. No pink, no red, no yellow, no blue. Okay, there is possibility. Then we can put it this under the laws of that. Combined, we can make a laws of nature also into the second category. Okay, still now nobody has dared to do that. So we have put up it in the last category, right? So you can also go and make some thesis and research and come and update me. So I am also ready to learn. Now you will go to the definition, or shall we take the definition, or shall we move with the next topic? Then we will take a definition altogether. If you are taking definition altogether, you will get bored. It's up to you. What you tell, we will follow. Definition we will take. Okay, then write laws and ethics. The heading is laws and ethics. Under that you have written all these things, na? Now take the definition. So, law is a system of rules. Law is a system of rules. Law is a system of rules and guidelines. Law is a system of rules and guidelines. System of rules and guidelines, which are system of rules and guidelines which are enforced. Law is a system of rules and guidelines which are enforced through social institutions. Law is a system of rules and guidelines which are enforced through social institutions to govern behavior. Social institutions to govern behavior. Okay, to govern behavior. then you already written the definition for ethics, so don't take any definition for ethics. Now write differences, put a tabular column or something, it's up to you, otherwise you can write as a paragraph also. Okay, ethics, one side ethics, another side law. First point, ethics comes from, so make a tabular column, it will be easy for your revision. Ethics comes from people's awareness. Ethics comes from people's awareness. People's awareness. A-W-A-R-E-N-E-S-S. People's awareness. Ethics comes from people's awareness of what is right and what is wrong. Ethics comes from people's awareness. People's awareness of what is right and what is wrong. What is right and what is wrong. So under laws, okay, under law. Laws, while W-H-I-L-E, while laws are written, W-R-I-T-T-E-N, written and approved by governments. Approved by governments, government is approving it. Second point, ethics take different view, ethics takes different views or slash, put one slash and write opinions, different views or opinions. Ethics takes different views or opinions based on people's arguments. Some may argue that I want to stick by deontological ethics. Some may say no, this is right according to teleological ethics. I am saying this is right. So it may take different opinion and views based on the people's arguments. But under the law, laws describe clearly what is. Laws describe clearly what is illegal. Clearly what is illegal. Sorry, we have lost your connection. Now we got again. So if you have any doubts, you can just post it. Yeah. Just now I am seeing. That's why I am communicating with them. So what you have written?
Law describes clearly what is illegal.
Illegal. No matter how people are arguing. No matter how people are arguing, what is illegal according to law. Only you need an amendment to change it. Next third point. Ethics is not well defined. Ethics is not well defined. Ethics is not well defined under laws. Laws are defined and precise. Laws are defined and P-R-E-C-I-S-E, precise. Laws are defined. They are having a structure. They are defined clearly. What is right, what is wrong, when you will be punished, everything. Ethics is not like that. There is no clear-cut definition for ethics. That is why we are changing the opinion based on the people's arguments, like some may argue for this, some may argue for that, some may stick to the virtue ethics, all those things, right? Next last point. Okay, last you write that if violated ethics, if violated, there is no clear-cut punishment. If violated, there is no punishment for violating ethical principles. There is no punishment, you can write like this, there is no punishment for violating ethical principles. There is no punishment for violating ethical principles. But under law, if violated, then you are punished. If violating a law, you will be punished. So if violated, you will be punished. If violated laws, if violated, you will be punished. Right. you will be punished. So, this is the definition, this is the tabular column which we have taken related to law and ethics, and other than that we have written this also. Second point for law. Okay, what we have told there for the second point, what we have said, can you repeat?
Laws describe clearly what is illegal.
Laws describe clearly what is illegal. Laws describe clearly what is illegal. Laws describe clearly what is illegal. Illegal, no matter how people are arguing. No matter how people are arguing. Okay, people are arguing. ARGUING. I think Abhijit, you have got it. If you want, again I repeat again. If you want, you can just message. Right. Now, we will go to the next topic. Values. We have seen the difference between law and ethics. In the definition, if you take next word which you want to understand is values, right? Values, right? Values. Already we have defined values, na? What we have said for values? Different persons. Values change from person to person. Okay. Every person will have a priority in their life for the principles which they hold. So, based on the goals, the priority will also vary. Okay. If the goal is to become rich, you do not have any value system, you can adopt any means to become a rich. But if you want to become a person with a wealthy person with principles, then you will choose a right means to achieve that. So, now what we will see is that about value system. Yes, definitely. Now I am just introducing the concept. First I have written, I have drawn a diagram now for you. That diagram I am taking each and every word and explaining it for you. Right, in that one word is law. So I have differentiated law from ethics, and we have also seen what is law and how ethics is related to law. There is small definition, morality, relation between morality and ethics is there. Once we have done with values, we will do it. Morality versus ethics, because every time this word is used interchangeably. Have you noted that? Whenever I am saying ethically right or wrong, I am also saying morally right or wrong. So, it is always used interchangeably, but there is a difference. You have to know that once we complete values, we will be doing it, right. So, we will be very clear in our concepts, because this is the basic foundation for us. Now, we will come to the values. Human values is a separate topic, that will be done, but first we have to introduce what is values now. This is necessary for you to further understanding of the topics, that is why. So, what are values under this? If you see, let me tell an interesting story for you. Story means this is one which has happened. It is related to IR as well as the ancient Mahabharata. In that, if you see Karna, you know a character called Karna? Who is he?
First son of Kunti.
First son of Kunti. See Karna, this person, he is a man of righteousness. He is a man of righteousness, but the thing is that value system. See how a value system is playing in a person's life. He is with Duryodhan. Karna is a man of righteousness. He always is an upright person. He never did wrong to anybody for his own self-interest. Okay, but he was with Duryodhana. Who is Duryodhana? Duryodhana.
The king of
So he is always a falsehood, adharma, a person of adharma. Na? When you are reading a book, they will say adharma, he is a demon, demon king, like that. So Duryodhan is always against the dharma, so falsehoodness, sinfulness we can call. So he was, Karna is always, although he is a person of righteousness, he is a friend of Duryodhan, and he has made a promise to him, okay, that he will stay with Duryodhana, even though Karna learnt that he is the son of Kunti, and Kunti has another 5 sons who are in the path of righteousness. He don't want to leave Duryodhana and go to the path of righteousness, so he values friendship. See here, he values friendship, trust, promise, more than righteousness, okay, uprightness, truthfulness, all these things we can say. Dot dot dot. So, according to him, he values friendship more than righteousness. He knows that it is wrong. He is walking in the path of adharma. He knows it very well. But one time he promised that he will stay with his friend. So he values his friendship better than anything in this world. That is why this is his priority. This is the value system which Karna hold within him. That is why when he died, somebody has written, there is a book named what is this? Mrityunjay, which shows how every man today is living his life like Karna, shifting and sinking between right and wrong, okay? Right. So, if you have time you can read. So, he has suggested a book, right, like friendship. So, since he is valuing this, like this, each and every person here, as he said, is having priority in your life. Okay, even though this is wrong, Adharmana, your mother used to tell, that boy is wrong, he never studies. Why are you always be with him? You are helping him, you are making him study, you are compromising your own career. Why are you doing this? Then you say, he is my friend. One single word, he is my friend. Then your mother will go inside the room and lock the door. So this is how people are behaving. So this is the priority which you give. I don't know whether it stays till you. After you grow up, this is in the childhood days. After you grow up, it changes. Now you want to value your own life much more than the others. Then you want to give importance to your own. Then what you do? You skip this step, you bring this up. Okay, he is he is a false person. Even though he is my friend, I don't want to be with him. From today onwards, our friendship is breaking. You do something like that. Okay, go. You go that direction, I will go this direction. Because I want to walk in the path of rightness in order to achieve my goal. We do sometimes. So, this is depending on the persons. This is value system. For example, let us take an IR example. Your IR classes has been done? No, okay. See, IR is the most interesting subject. When talking about IR, about India, now we have talked about a person, let us talk about India, how we are. How India is, we are the representation of India, India is representing us. So what happens, India, the small beautiful mountain kingdom called Bhutan. We want to become friend with Bhutan. We are like a big brother attitude. We are having a big brother attitude towards the others. So what happens, India, when Nehru was visiting Bhutan in 1958, signed a treaty of friendship with them. That day we promised that we are going to stay with Bhutan and making them to develop. Because it's an underdeveloped country. It's a very poor country, it was not developed, even roads was not there, certain areas are not accessible at all. So we promised them that we are going to make a development plan for Bhutan in the period of 1961 to 66. We framed a development plan for Bhutan. According to it, we want to construct a road under project Dantek. Have you heard this? Friendship treaty, Dantek. This was a project which was undertook by India. When you are studying your IR teacher will teach you. I don't know who is going to take, depends, it depends on the teacher. So the project Dantek was proposed by India in the period of 1961 to 66 in order to develop Bhutan, constructing road. Who will construct road? We are going to construct road for an international, at the international level for another country. Now who will go there and construct? Indian laborers? Okay, Bhutan's only, good. At least they are trying. See, you have to be very careful. BRO, Border Road Organization, connected with our military. Army persons are there, not the normal people will be there, all our officers. Not in uniforms, they will be having a uniform which the BRO is having, Border Road Organization is there, they will take care of because they have to face lot of threats when they are making a road at the boundary area. So normal laborers cannot be brought there, like a lamb taking into the lion's den. Will you take a lamb to a lion's den? Lion has to be taken there. Our lions will go there, BRO, Border Road Organization. People will be there, they will be constructing a road under Project Dantec. Okay. So what happened? India promised that we will construct road for you, we are your friend, we are going to make you develop. At this time what happened? When our BRO or army people are going there to construct a road, what happens ultimately? China is there now. Our big brother is there watching us from up down. Now they saw that they became suspicious. The people are, army people are coming here. They want to steal some strategy, that is why they are in the border areas. Now they misunderstood. So what happened? 1962 war, one of the causes is this. Indo-China war happened, 1962. One of the reason is that they mistook, because till 1954 our friendship was very good with China. Once when we started to make friendship with Bhutan in 1958, we started to develop Bhutan. So once we started to develop Bhutan, I already told that BRO, the Border Road Organization, went there to make road in the name of Project Dantec. But China mistook this and understood that we came there to spy on China. That is why we are in the border area, because there are some strategic locations. When you are studying your IR, you will know that. There are some name of strategic locations in strategic locations for India. Okay, like Andaman and Nicobar. All these at no cost India will have these places in full security, because these are the area where other people will come and spy on us. Our military base will be there, our naval base will be there, okay, in Andaman and Nicobar. So these are the secret places where there will be a lot of tight securities will be there. We suspect Malana is also one such thing. I already told na. So what happens that 1962 war happened. If India has decided, then India would have left Bhutan, because Bhutan is not powerful. India should have just leave the, like Nokia connecting people. Have you seen that ad? Two hands will be connected. India can just leave the hand like this of Bhutan, but India don't want to do that, because we have our value system that we value friendship. Like Karna, we value friendship, and we made a promise to Bhutan. We don't want to break the promise, even though China suspected us. And a war was also happened in 1962. We don't want to leave Bhutan at no cost, since even though they are underdeveloped, we want to catch Bhutan's hand and we want to make them develop. Until 1966, this project continued even after the war, and even now the BROs, okay, who has helped them construct the road and has led their lives there, has been facilitated even now by the Bhutan king. So one such proud moment, na? So they value, they have accepted that, they have recognized that India values friendship most than any other thing, even though there is a misunderstanding with the other country. They don't want to compromise the friendship of the smaller country in order to gain the trust of the bigger country, okay, because China is more important for us than any other country, trade wise, everything wise. But even though we want to value friendship and trust, like Karna, India hold this. This is a very big example you can give for value system. Okay, this is one story related to IR. So values, now you understand what is value. What are value? Now you define for me what is value.
In this case, I just wanted to ask that if China was objecting to that.
China was not objecting. See, there are, I already told, like the first war of independence, how it happened, lot of cases were there, the grease cartridge was there. These are some of the reasons which was there burning inside, and then it bursted it out. Same way since 1954 our relationship was very good. There are a lot of small reasons which happened, and this was the last one reason which directly affected, the last reason which sparkled like a fire, okay. So we were gathering all the papers, the fire was this. When you are going to put out a flame, you should not wear a dress made of leaves, na? Already the relationship between China was strained. India and China got strained from 1954, but now India went with the dress made of leaves in order to put out the misunderstanding between China, and they mistook completely. Now complete burn was there, and 1962 war also happened. But even after that, we don't want to stop the project. We continued and we finished the project Dantec, and still now we have to be very proud of our officers, and they have been facilitated by the Bhutan king still now, remembered for their work through project Dantec, the road constructed by our BROs, okay. Now come to the value system, values. So what is value? Values are nothing but the individual principles that guide a person's behavior. Okay, that are called as values. Individual principles that guide a person's behavior. This simply we can call as values. Now if you go a detail into value systems, we can also see, right? Have you seen, I think you have taken that definition already. Ethics, evaluate human actions and the values underlying the human action. So when a human is going to, you have already taken that. Turn back. If you flip back, I think we have drawn this. Ethics, evaluates like this. Human actions and also the values underlying the human action, values. So whenever a human is going to act, he will be acting based on the value system he is holding inside him. Okay, that values will speak to you in the voice of conscience. That is why I told already, each and every unit is interconnected. Conscience is coming in your 6th unit. Okay, laws, rules and regulations and conscience, a source of ethical guidance, is a topic which comes in the 6th unit. So step by step you have to understand. When a human is going to act, he will be acting based on the value systems which is there in his mind, which is there in his which stored in his mind for very long ago, which is developed by his family, institutions. Already there is a topic na, family, institution, environment, educational institutions, and then okay, there is a topic, role of society, all those in building the value systems of a people. Okay, these are the one which build. So values can be again divided into two. One is inbuilt. It's not writing. Values inbuilt. Okay, another one is acquired. Acquired values. I'll rub this and write. Okay, inbuilt. The same diagram which you have done already, so I am not drawing the diagram again. Human action, this is human action, this is ethics, and this is evaluating the human action. How a human is going to act based on the value systems he has. How the value systems is there? One, either it is inbuilt in the human, otherwise it is acquired through various stages, acquired from the environment, from the society, from the education institutions, from the family, from the father, from the mother. You are going to acquire some value systems. That is called, that they are called as acquired values. Already I told that inbuilt, certain values are built in your gene system. Your forefather might have been like that, one who gives everything like Karna to everybody. Whatever they come and ask, he will give. He will give. Then your mother also will scold you, na? Why are you giving everything to everybody? You don't want anything. Always helping others, and you are not looking into your own career. There are some few peoples like that. And they doesn't know, even the father and mother are not like that. Then they doesn't know how this person is like this. Then his forefather might be like that. He is a big jamindar. Whoever comes to his house, he will give whatever they ask. Gold, dress, house, anything. So this person automatically there in his, it is stored in his gene. There are some already told value systems which is built, which we will learn. The forthcoming classes I will take you.
Scientific evidence
That is why. That is why I am saying there is no scientific evidence, but the philosophers are arguing that. Okay, then.
Even in like my anthropology, it says that these are acquired.
Acquired. Behavior is acquired. So once when we go there, I will say some. It's like an animal, you know, instinct. Instinct. What do you call this instinct?
They're lost.
It's a behavior only, but it is there for the practice for very long period, like building a nest. It's a behavior, okay. It's not one with expressing a color like gene color, eye color and all. It's an instinct, it's a behavior. If a bird is there, it will build a nest. Okay, if there is some bird which will view its nest. These are instincts. These are called as inbuilt only. It does not learn it. It is there in its body. No, even though if the mother dies the moment it give birth to that animal, the animal will learn to make all these things. If a dog is there, the dog will wag its tail. Okay, these are the thing which is coming automatically, which is there, which we follow these behaviors very long, and they say it got imprinted in the gene only. Okay, that we will learn elaborately when we go there. So in meantime, you also collect the information about it. So what happens? And they are stopped till the friendship treaty only. So we have come here. So this is inbuilt and the acquired. One we acquire from the environment. So that is why I already told there is no conclusion, but they are arguing. Every time if you see philosophy or ethics, there is always be an argument that there is. Maurice Marcy, she is a philosopher. She told that a child, once when it is born borning with two types of emotions. Okay, the value systems also. That is love. One thing is love. It always has a love. Second thing is afraid, fear. It is always fearful about two things. One is noise. Another one is height. This you have. When you are born, your fear of heights and your fear of noise. Is this a gene? Is this a one which is expressed in your body? Physical appearance? No. This is a behavior. Na? She is saying this is, they also proved this. So there are certain things which has been proved, which has yet to be proved, but they say that the child is always born with love. So whenever you go to a child, the child will either laugh or it will cry. That means it is either fearful or it is in the process of expressing its love. Okay, it is liking it or it is avoiding it. Okay, so you are all of us are born with two fears. One is sound and another one is the fear of falling down. So this the psychologist has proved it. Now come to the values, the furthermore categorization, where we kept the part. Okay, this is most important in the values. I think you have followed me till this, right? Okay. So the values, if you take further two, there are a lot of categorization for values, but what is necessary for us is one thing, inbuilt and acquired, because that is related to our topic. Second one is instrumental value and intrinsic value. Okay, instrumental value and intrinsic value. So now I am going to tell a story for you. Have you heard the story, the golden axe story? If you had moral science in your class, 3 axes story.
One of gold, silver,
Yes.
and the other one is some stone.
Yeah. So we will tell the story to others. Let them listen, and then they will understand this. So what happened? There was a poor woodcutter, right? So one day he went to cut wood. Every day what he do is his job is that he will go to the forest, he will cut some woods, he will bring the woods, then sell it and make money, and with that money he will eat. Okay, he was survived by his wife. So one day he went to cut woods near the river. What happened? When he was cutting the wood, suddenly the axe slipped from his hand and it fell into the river. So now the woodcutter was very depressed. Oh, I had only one axe. Yes. So I had only one axe and I don't know what to do, because he is very poor now. He is not afford to buy a new tool in order to survive. So he is crying. He was about to cry. He was sitting there. He was very depressed and he was sitting and staring at the river. Suddenly a goddess appeared from the river. So she was carrying an axe made of gold, and she called the woodcutter and said, see this is your axe, I hope this is yours, because you have slipped it, I hope this is yours only, have it. Now there is nobody, okay, no one watching. But the woodcutter said, mother goddess, this axe does not belong to me. Okay, my axe will not look like this. Then the goddess went and said, okay, chalo, okay, I will go and search. And she went and said, again she bought a silver axe with her, and she said, now see, this is yours, I hope this will be yours. Then the woodcutter said, no, please, this is not mine, I am not ready to take this, because it does not belong to me. Then she again went down and brought the original axe, his own axe, iron axe, the axe which is made of iron. She said, now see, is this yours? And he said, he was very happy to see that, and he said, yeah, this is mine, and I am very happy to get that, and what I have to do for you, because you have found this for me, now I have some duty towards you, so whatever you do, command me, I will do it. Now the goddess said that she was very astonished, because even though he is poor, he valued, okay, truth and honesty, okay, truth and honesty rather than wealth. rather than wealth. If he has got that golden axe, he would have become a wealthy person. Nah? He need not cut trees hereafter. He would have sold that gold, he would have set up a business and he would have run his life in a very nice manner. But he don't want to prefer the gold axe, he don't want to prefer the silver axe, but he went for his own axe. He believed only in truth and honesty, he don't want to cheat people. So this is called as intrinsic value. Intrinsic value means the intrinsic value, the values which are having meaning in itself, they are called intrinsic value, like truth, honesty, fairness, all those things, integrity, the foundational values of civil service, what you are going to learn, all are having meaning in itself, they are called as intrinsic value. You need not add something in order to make it meaningful, like happiness, all those, happiness, all those are intrinsic value, having a meaning for its own. But if you take wealth, that is money, money is only a instrumental, it is having an instrumental value. That is, what is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of this? It is not having a value of its own. We are using money in order to as a means. Okay, we are using money as a means to achieve an end. That is a intrinsic value. Instrumental value always act as a intrinsic. I hope I wrote the spelling wrongly. Intrinsic. Intrinsic value. So it is acting as means in order to achieve the intrinsic value, that is money. Suppose take an example like that, like this. What are the things which will make you happy? Anyone? See, if you are going to say I will be happy, when you will be happy? After clearing this exam. Okay, so she is taking this as an instrument, exam as an instrument, in order to make her happy. That is the intrinsic value, because it is having a value of its own. And some other people, if I ask, they will say, if you give me chocolate, if I eat chocolate, I will feel very happy. Okay, take dairy milk bar. If you give the hand, they will see the children's face. Okay, whenever you give a chocolate or ice cream to them, you say the word ice cream to them. Yeah, I am coming, buy me one. Whatever they are thinking, they will forget. The face will bloom like 100 flowers, because the pleasure is having an intrinsic value. In order to seek that intrinsic value, you are going to use some means to achieve that intrinsic value, that is called as an instrumental value. Instrumental value can be anything. For some bigger persons, for the matured persons, money can bring happiness. For child, ice cream can bring happiness. Okay, for adolescent, some other thing can bring happiness. Some movies, something like this. So it depends, it varies from person to person. And instrumental value is acting as a means in order to achieve an intrinsic value. Our life is having an intrinsic value. If I am saying you will say I am valuable, you are valuable, you can't say I am an instrumental value. But here people are even using humans as an instrumental value in order to achieve their means, the goal. The laborers, the labor laws which you will study, they are used as animals, the plantation workers. Their life is not valued. Okay, nowadays we are talking about the environment. Environment is having an intrinsic value on its own. Don't treat it as an instrumental value. Don't use it as a means to achieve your end. It is also having a value of its own. That is why Uttarakhand High Court also delivered a judgment that Ganga and Yamuna are living persons, they are legal persons. You don't have any right to pollute them. Okay, who are you to pollute them? Don't treat them as instrument in order to achieve your means. In order to achieve your ends. They also should have the right of its own, same way. Do you understand now? So this is the difference between intrinsic and instrumental value, right? Now, right, so actions we will be seeing in the next class, but before that what we will do is that we will take a definition for values and then we will leave. Right. Now write the heading values, and one more is morality and ethics is remaining, that we will be seeing along with the next class topics. So values, write that. Values are individual principles. Now we are going to write the definition. So Abhijit has given something. When I complete, I don't know what he has written. My desired work within time.
That is, might be you asked, what makes you happy?
Yeah, I understand. Okay, Abhijit, I am happy to see this. So keep on. So we are taking the definition. Please follow us. Values. So values are individual principles that guide behavior, that guide a person's behavior. You can write like that, guide a person's behavior. Okay, guide a person's behavior. Right? Now, continue. Write about instrumental value. Instrumental value. Put a heading as instrumental value. Instrumental value hyphen. It is instrumental value means it is valued. It is valued as a means to something else. Valued as a means to something else. Means to something else. Okay. For example, you can write a loaf of bread is considered having an instrumental value. Why? Because we are going to use that in order to support a life. A boy stole a loaf of bread in order to save a life. The loaf of bread is considered as an instrumental value. It is having an instrumental value because it is going to save a life. Save a life. Life is having an intrinsic value. Okay. Right. Then intrinsic value. Write heading intrinsic value and put a hyphen and write. It has value on its own. It has value on its own. It has value on its own, that is value within itself. It has value within itself. And if you see, continue, full stop and continue, even Sidwig. Okay, it's a psychology, W-I-C-K, not W-I-G-K, C-K, Sidwig. Sidwig calls, and inside the quotation, pleasure is intrinsically valuable. Pleasure is intrinsically valuable. INTRINSICALLY, intrinsically valuable. Quotation close. And what price you are paying for this? Pleasure is intrinsically valuable, and what price? PRICE, price. You are paying for this pleasure. What price you are paying for this pleasure? Pleasure is instrumentally valuable. You can draw a diagram for your. You can make it interesting. Your notes, you can just draw like this. So draw a person like this. Okay. Then draw a box. Now you can draw a face. Happiness. Happy. This person is happy. This is intrinsically valuable. Happiness is intrinsically valuable. Like that, honesty, truthfulness, everything is having its own value in itself. Examples for intrinsic values I am saying. Now this person, you can fill this here anything what you like. What will make you happy? Either it can be a new dress, either it can be a new pen, anything which when you see it you will feel very happy, same way. Going to beach, like that. You can write chocolates, okay, like that, ice creams, everything, ... Even money for some people will make them happy. So this is about value. Now you take definition.
Apart from happy, so we can also write other elements
Other elements also you can write.
Example?
I told you, no, honesty, truthfulness, fairness, all those things. All the things which you are saying moral principles, na, all those having value in itself.
And that also leads to happiness.
That is another thing, but I think you will not understand that, so that I didn't take that. That is
Satisfaction, inner satisfaction.
Inner satisfaction.
By the values.
They call that a subjective aspect of valuation. Subjective, what you are saying now, na? You are thought, you are speaking about the sixth sense. We are here, but we have to cross that, because since I have left this, my students are not able to understand. Na? Subjective value, subjective aspect of evaluation. Which happiness you are talking about, na? That is called a subjective aspect of evaluation. Suppose, for example, let me take like this. Okay. The same example, the boy stole a loaf of bread. Okay, what she was telling, I am going to explain that. If you can understand, just listen clearly, you can understand, everybody. So what happened when a boy is there, that example, he is stealing a loaf of bread. Why he is stealing that loaf of bread?
To save his younger brother.
To save a life, to save his younger brother. Here there is a boy. Now this boy is stealing a bread. Bread is what? Having an instrumental value, na, according to us. Because it is going to save a life, life is having intrinsic value. This is the aim. That is why this boy stole this. Now he has stole in order to save a life. Life is having an intrinsic value. Okay. Once this mission is established, once he has taken a bread and the bread was eaten by the boy feels happy now. What happens? Automatically there is happiness, no? That is pleasure. This pleasure is not the end. This is not having intrinsic value. We can call this a subjective aspect of evaluation. A specific term is there for this. Whatever thing which is established, which we feel that is going in the way we are achieving it, going in the way we are planning it, automatically there will be a pleasure or sadness. If it is not going, sadness will come. If it is going, there a pleasure will come. Pleasure is also having intrinsic value on its own. Sadness is also having its intrinsic value on its own. So both of them is again called a subjective aspect of evaluation. We are evaluating this particular intrinsic value with the subject of pleasure and sadness. If the boy has eaten the bread, he would have survived. If he survives, then his brother feels happy. Okay, this goes like this. If he has not stolen the bread, then the boy would have died. Now the life is lost. What happens? Sadness. Both are taken as aspect for evaluating a process. Okay, anything, any procedure, any way. If you are speaking a truth, you feel happy because your mother said that you have to speak truth at any cost. You feel happy. If you told a lie, then you feel sad, depressed, that I have done something wrong. So this is called as a specific term is for their subjective aspect of evaluation. Have you got clear? Done? So we will start tomorrow. The rest we will leave to tomorrow. So we have finished up to this. So I think you understood. If you are not understanding, let us clarify tomorrow. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me a pleasure time with me. So see you tomorrow, everyone, even the online mode. Thank you so much.